Yeah. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this demo or webinar. So, let me introduce myself. And coming to myself, I am A. Balachandra Kumar. And when it comes to me, I'm having 15 plus years of experience in this IT industry. And coming to me, I am a freelancer and a consultant. Okay, having 15 years experience, and I do provide different types of trainings like online training, classroom training. Even I do provide corporate training, and I also provide workshops to the colleges, right? Then apart from this, I am into many different technologies. Basically, not only Red Hat Enterprise Linux, I also train like a Red Hat Ansible. I also train a enterprise level application with the name called Veritas Suite. And the Veritas Suite contains Veritas Volume Manager and Veritas Cluster. Then apart from this, I also provide training on AWS Cloud also, right? And apart from this, I also used to provide a training on Unix, but you know that Unix doesn't have that much demand in the market, so we are not going with the Unix. Totally stop. So this is all about my technical skills and experiences. And I am a certified trainer for Red Hat. I am a certified trainer for Red Hat. So when I say that I am certified, I have did a certification on Rhcsa, right? Rhce also I have certified. I'll tell you, we will discuss more into about what is the importance about the certification here, right? Now, let me take you into the demo. Okay, so this is all about my introduction, and IT's Technologies is my training and consulting company. And my email address is info@ITZ Technologies. And my number is 8341 455 is my number, right? This is my phone number. So if you have any questions, any doubts later, you can call me on this number. Mhm. So let us start. Let me go into the demo here. Let me give you a detailed information about what you're going to learn, what you're going to get, what is Linux, how this Linux is going to work, all these things we are going to discuss. Right. So first of all, let me give you an information here. Basically, this training, whatever this training, that is called Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So when I'm talking about, so basically this Red Hat Enterprise Linux, we are going to do this training. I'm going to provide this training in two ways. One is job oriented. Another one is certification point of view, certification training, right? So when I'm just talking about job oriented, very simple here. In this job oriented training, the content is prepared by me because as as I work as a consultant, I'll go with different companies and I see what is their requirement, what they are expecting. Based on that, I have designed the content, right? The content is all about, it contains Linux basics here, and it contains Linux system admin, and it contains Linux network admin. Okay, this is what basically what we are going to discuss in job oriented. Now you might ask me a question, you might have a question. What is certification point of training? Certification in essence, very simple. The content of this particular training is designed by Red Hat. So basically it contains of RH124, it contains about RH134. And as you complete these two modules, if you are willing to write an exam, the exam code will be EX200. As you complete this exam, as you pass this exam, you're going to call the Rhcsa. You know what is this RHCSA stands for? RHCSA stands for Red Hat Certified System Administrator. It is called. What it is called? Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Okay. So once you complete this RHCSA, then you can go with the advanced level training that is called RHCE. There is a module called Rhce here. When I'm talking about Rhce, remember there is a course module called RS294. RS294 is all about Linux automation. Remember, Linux automation with Ansible. This is what exactly. Okay. So when you just go with this training RS294, there will be an exam called EX294. Once you complete this EX294, if you pass this exam, you are going to call as RHCE. That is called Red Hat Certified Engineer. It is called. Getting my point. So this is what exactly. So always you will have a doubt here. Why uh, we are differentiating between job oriented and certification? See, when it comes to certification, many people don't understand the importance about the certification. And many people also thinks that was Red Hat exam is very tough, very challenging. No, we will not be able to do. I'm telling you, one of the easiest exam in this industry is Red Hat exam. Okay, but only thing is you might seen lot of exams, lot of certifications, and you might come across like all the certifications
Sorry,
are
sir.
all. Yeah, hello. Yes, you're saying
Sir,
something.
sorry, sir. Your voice is breaking, sir.
You please, from my side, internet is good. Can you check at your end once?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Hmm?
Let
Please check. Okay. Anyhow, I'm also recording it. Later, I'm going to share you. Okay. And you can just have a look later also. Okay.
okay,
So
okay, sir.
now let me go. Right. So many times, like people have a doubt here. Yeah, I mean, you might have seen so many exams, so many certification, but see, all the certifications are multi-choice questions. All the certifications are what? Multi-choice question. You know what is multi-choice? You'll have one question, it has multiple choices, and where you are going to select one of the option to, you know, answer that particular question. All right. But whereas when it comes to Red Hat exam is not a multi-choice question, it is purely a scenario-based question, right? So when I say scenario, that means they will provide you a scenario. They provide you a machine where you need to perform that scenario on that machine, and you need to get an output. You need to get an output. This is what exactly it's going to be, right? So you will say that because it is a scenario-based exam, it might be tough. No, because if you want to perform, if you want to write a scenario-based exam, a simple thing is you need to practice multiple times. You're getting it? So multiple times what I need to practice. See, after completing this RH, I mean 124 and 134, when you are ready to write EX2 200 exam, before you go for EX 200, before you buy the voucher, before you write it, you have to attend an exam assistance, right? So what is this exam assistance? You know, we are going to train you how the exam pattern will be, how many questions you're going to get, and now from which question you need to start, right? All this assistance are being provided. And when you go with this assistance, I'm really telling you, right, you can easily pass this exam and you can, you know, get a certification from Red Hat Linux. And I'm telling you, Redhat certification is one of the most demandable exam in this industry. Even you have passed SAP also, no one will ask you how you prepared, how you passed. But when you say that you have passed RHCSA, always people wonder like how you did, what is the secret, how you passed it, how many questions you like this they're going to ask. How did you prepare? Because see, there is no other way. to pass these exams. You have to, by your own, you need to attend the exam, you need to pass this exam. Getting it? And I'm telling you, after taking the exam assistance, I'm telling you, you will feel very much confident in writing this exam. Getting it? So what I recommend is many people they train Linux, but they never tell the importance about certification. You're getting it. They never tell like certification is one of the easiest certification in this world is Rhca or Red Hat exam. Why? Because it is all scenarios. You're going to work on these scenarios for more than 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. Then it becomes very simple. Right now, you might also have a question: how this certification will help me to get the job? Okay, how this certification will help me in shortlisting my profile? See, I will tell you. Every month there might be all over the India, all over the globe, there might be 10,000 people learning this Red Hat Enterprise Linux. But remember, in 10,000 people, you will see only 10% of people or 5 to 10% of people they are going to do certification. You're getting my point. And what happens, now take an example. If some XYZ company has a 50 openings for Red Hat Enterprise Linux, what they do, they go on to the job site, they search for a profiles. Getting it? When they search for a profiles, they put an experience, they put some skill set, and they are going to search. And they have a 50 openings, and they are going to get 5,000 profiles. Okay. Now, how they are going to decide who is a genuine person here? Okay, how he's going to decide that who is a genuine person? So when he get a 5,000 profiles, he just put one condition that I need only 2 years experience or 3 years experience with this skill set and certified. This 5,000 profiles will be shortlisted to 500 or 600 profiles. You are getting my point. Or 200, 300 profiles it is getting shortlisted. And based on that, the filtering will be happen. Now you will ask me why people are selecting only Red Hat certified people. Means this whoever the person who have certified prepared and passed for the certification, it proves that he is technically strong. He has a very good hands-on experience on the Linux. Why? Because Red Hat certification is a scenario-based exam, right? Because until unless you are not going to write or you're going not going to perform the scenarios, you will not be able to pass it. That proves that you're technically strong. Getting my point? So this is the way how the people are going to filter and people are going to shortlist the candidates who are certified. So I will always recommend to take the certification. But now you might have a very big question here. Boss, now basically our training is job oriented, right? We are going to go with the job oriented training, assume that. But you will ask me as we are going to go with the job oriented training. Now let me know if I do this job oriented training, later can I write this certification? This certification up to here only. So I will say strongly that yes. Why? Because whatever the course content that is RH 124 and RH 34 is there, whatever the course content it is there in this RH 124 and 134, we are going to cover more than that in this job oriented training. You're getting my point. You're going to cover more than that. Getting it? So I can 100% give you an assurance that after completing this job oriented training, okay, you need to do only one thing is you need to take an certification assistant course, which is will be something around 6 hours course. It will be there. Okay. Okay. And after taking this exam assistance, I will tell you, you can very confidently crack, you can write this exam and you can pass because we are doing this kind of trainings not now from last 5 6 years onwards we are doing it. Okay, we are helping the student, we are helping the candidate. Okay, when he takes this kind of course, and he can also go for certification also. We are going to give you a list of concepts. We are going to give you the soft copy of the books. We are going to give you the dummy dumps for preparing for an exam and passing that exam. Okay, so this is all about how it is going to be. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, let me know. Yes, please confirm. Okay, fine then. So I hope you are understanding Krishna and Hari Charan, Shashi, Pritam Kumar, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know like whether you're following right. Any no, there is no doubt. Okay, fine. So now I have just given you like yeah, how our training goes on. Now let me give you a small demonstration on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. What is Linux? Why we have to go for the Linux and all this thing? Because many times people have a doubt, very big doubt. Why we have to learn Linux? Boss, I'm working on cloud. Why we need a Linux? I'm working on DevOps. Why I need a Linux? I'm working on database. Why I need a Linux? Okay, many times many senior people, or if you're working with any companies, or you're fresher or some senior or some of your friend or brother or someone else, they will say that first learn Linux before you go to the cloud. First learn Linux before you go to the DevOps. Okay, first learn Linux before you go to any other technology. Why they are saying like this? Because the concepts that we are going to cover in Red Hat Enterprise Linux that will help you out in better understanding the technology. So you will say that how, for example, okay, see many people without any understanding of Linux, they go for cloud, AWS cloud or GCP cloud or Azure cloud or some other cloud. See, when you go to the cloud, what is cloud here? Cloud is nothing but infrastructure administrator, right? So first of all, many people has a question here, what is infrastructure? What is infrastructure means, take an example, you want to start a new company and with 20 products and with 200 employees and with nearly a 2000 customers, you're going to start a company. Okay, so basically you want to build some servers, some databases, you want to build some applications, you want to build a website, right? So many things you want to. Why? Because you want to make everything online, right? If some customer has some problem, they get into your website. From there, they are going to do some technical chat, or they are going to call you through your website, or you are launching some new product, you're going to put it in a website. You want to maintain all these things. If you want to maintain all these things, definitely you need to have an infrastructure. That means you should have a server, you should have a storage, you should have a database, you should have an OS, you should have a firewall to secure your data, right? You should have a website, okay, and your website should be secured using some security features, right? So this is called infrastructure exactly. This is called something called infrastructure. Getting my point? So this physical infrastructure you are going to access over the internet, that is called cloud. You're going to access all this infrastructure over the internet. You're not going to buy any server, you're not going to buy any storage, you're not going to buy any databases, you're not going to buy any firewalls. All these things are available on the cloud environment, and you are going to access all these infrastructures using internet and using APIs. You know what is API stands for? API stands for application program interface, it is called, right? So this is how exactly it is going to be. So in order to better understand, in order to have a better understanding with the cloud, it is always recommended to learn Linux. Because inside the Linux, you're going to learn about storage, you're going to learn about LVM, you're going to learn about DNS, you're going to learn about web server, you're going to learn something about NFS, you're going to learn about device management, You're going to learn something about managing services, right? So many things you're going to learn here. You're going to learn about securities, right? You're going to learn about securities. There are many types of securities Linux will provide. File level security, directory level security, okay, user level security, group level security. Like there are many different types of securities that we are going to. So by learning this, it will be easy for you to understand the cloud environments. So that is the reason why people always recommend you to learn Red Hat Enterprise Linux or Linux. Getting my point? So this is this is the reason why you have to learn Linux. And if I want to tell you, Linux has become very important and critical technology for the freshers as well as for the working professionals. Okay, not only for freshers, it is for also working professionals also. That is the reason, like when the people are doing their graduations, when they are doing their I mean what we say engineering, from the first or second year onwards, they are you know in their labs they see something called Linux. Okay, you may not, you might not see Red Hat Linux, but you might see Linux. It might be Ubuntu or it might be any other operating system. You will see that. You're getting my point. So why? Because Linux has become such a critical technology. Getting my point. Okay. Now let me tell you about what is Linux here. We are going to talk about importance about Linux. See, like we were using something called Windows. What is Windows here? Windows is nothing but operating system. Okay. So what is operating system? Why we need an operating system? Because operating system is nothing but it's a collection of softwares and it's a collection of program. Why we need an operating system? Because operating system is used an intermediate or interface between the user and hardware. That means operating system which converts human readable to machine readable and machine readable to human readable. This is the purpose of operating system, right? So how you are using Windows, in the same way you're going to use the Linux. Okay, so remember here Linux is also an operating system. Okay, so what is the use of this Linux operating system? Like how you are using your Windows, in the same way you're going to use the Linux. It is also going to act as an interface between the user as well as hardware. Okay, you want to pass any instructions to your hardware. Okay, you will not be able to directly interact with the hardware. The reason here what? Because hardware communicates in machine readable. As a user, we are going to communicate in human readable. So what we need, we want a converter which converts human readable to machine readable and machine readable to human readable. Getting my point? So this is what exactly happens. So now everything is fine. Now you have understood that, like how the Windows is an operating system, in the same way Linux is also an operating system. Good. Now, when I am talking about the Linux, many times people ask me, when we have such a good operating system called Windows, which is user friendly, which is providing you entire in environment in a very good GUI mode, in a graphic mode. Okay, you might have a question here is, when we are using such a beautiful operating system that is called Windows, then what is the use of going for Linux? There are many reasons why we are going for Linux, because of security, because of performance, because of um, what we say scalability. So many things will come here, right? So many times people also have a doubt, compared to Windows, Linux is secure. Okay, is it real? Yes. So compared to Windows, yes, Linux is more secure, we can say. Right? Of course, Windows is also very secure because it has also antivirus, it has a firewall. I don't say that Windows is not secure, but still Windows is more secure. There are many hackers who are going to sit and they're going to hack the Windows. You're getting it? You will see that there are many types of viruses that will affect more Windows compared to Linux. You're getting my point. So that is one benefit here. And compared to Windows, as I talk about a Windows is purely a GUI. And Linux also has a very good GUI, but we never use GUI. So Linux is especially use CLI. CLI stands for command line interface. Right? You want to read a file also, you should know the command. Even you want to read you want to get into a directory also, you need a command. Right? Even you want to create a user also, you need a command. Even you want to create a group also, you need a command. Anything that you want to do it on your Linux machine, we need a command to perform that task, to read, to write, or whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is what exactly, because Linux is command line, that's the reason it is more secure. It provides more, the performance is high. Right? So this is the benefit here. And when I'm talking about Linux, many times people say that Linux is Unix-like operating system. So why people say that Linux is Unix-like operating system? Is it real that Linux came from the Unix? Is it real that the Linux came from the Unix? Yes, Linux came from the Unix only. If you want to know this, how the Linux came from the Unix, we have to go somewhere a 50 years back. We need to go a 50 years back. You need to know the history of Linux, how it is came, how the Unix came into an existence. You should know. So when I'm talking about Unix, basically Unix was introduced, okay, somewhere introduced in 1969. When was introduced? It was introduced in 1969. At where it is being introduced, at AT&T Bell Labs it is used. Where it is being used, AT&T Bell Labs, it was introduced by a person called Ken Thomas and Dennis Richards. Okay, and these people have introduced the Unix, and they have written this Unix something in C language. Right? So, okay, fine. In 1969, they have introduced it, but from 1970s, the Unix was in use. Unix was in use, but many times people have a doubt. Was in 1970s where the Unix was used? So in 1970s, the Unix was used somewhere in, research labs like NASA. It is used somewhere in weather forecasting. It is used in military, navy, army. Okay, this is the core areas where the Unix was used, right? Okay, fine. In 1970s, the Unix was used in these regions, in these areas. Good. Up to 1990s, the Unix was used here only. After 1990s, only slowly Unix people started using Unix in banking sector. They started Unix in something called telecommunication sector, and they have started using in some government sectors like railways, and other things. Right? So this is what exactly people started using the Unix. But now, when it comes to 1990s, why I'm talking taking this year is in 1990s only Linux came into an existence. Okay, Linux came into an existence somewhere in 1990s only. So many times, like people have a doubt how this Linux came into an existence in 1990s. Very simple here. When I'm talking about 1990s here, there was a small history we have here, a small story here. In 1990s, in one university of USA, there was a people, I mean, a group of people who are doing their graduation from a computer science, and they have to do a project work. And the college management has given them information saying that they have to do a project on a Unix, okay, or a open source Unix. Remember, open source. Okay, open source Unix operating system with the name called Minix. With a name called what? Minx. Remember. So Minx was an open source Unix operating system. So everyone agreed. They have taken the source code of Minix and they downloaded it. They started doing a project. So within this group, like there were 30 to 40 people. In these 30 to 40 people, there was this person with the name called Linus Torvald. Okay, Linus Torvald. So who is this Linus Torvald? He was also um, a student of that particular, I mean, doing a project with a group of people. But this Linus Torvald was very much interested in open source, right? So before that only he was working lot on this open source operating systems, and he was comparing this open source operating system with other commercial Unix operating system. There was lot of, okay, differences here. Okay, this is what exactly. Okay, so a lot of differences. So he can't go to any company and he can't ask why this technology differences. So what he did is very simple. While he's doing his project, he have decided to develop an operating system, but he don't know how to write it from the scratch, right? So what he did is he have taken the source of Minix. Okay, he has taken the source of what? Minix he have taken and he started developing it. So he was whatever the ideas he was having, he was putting. He thought that Minix operating system don't have a calculator, he just designed it. He thought that Minix operating system don't have Office, he implemented it. Minix operating system don't have games, he just implemented it. So what he did is he have taken almost a 3 to 6 months time to develop this, and after developing this, he just want to release this all his development into the market, but he don't want to go with the same name, right? He want to give a new name to it. So what he did is he was looking around for different names. Finally, he decided to put a name called what? Linus. And later on, it got renamed as something called Linux. Okay, so people have always doubt why this Linus got renamed as Linux. X is nothing but like Unix is there, right? That's the reason Line X it is called. Right? That is the only one differences here. There is nothing else here. Right? So what he did is Linus Torvald made this Linux as an open source operating system. Okay, they made this Linux as an open source operating system he made. So as he made this as an open source operating system, and he have invited the people all over the globe saying that I have designed an operating system with the name called Linus or Linux, and I made it open source, and everyone who are interested in developing it, you can develop it. But on one condition. What is that condition? No one should change the name called Linux. No one should change the name called Linux. So, okay, fine. Everyone have agreed this condition, and they have downloading this Linux operating system and started developing it. And there are many flavors of Linux operating system that you can find on internet. Okay, if you go onto the browser, if you go onto the Google, and if you just say that Linux flavors, you will get Linux flavors. Okay, see, there are many flavors of Linux operating system that you're going to find. So you can go into this Wikipedia here. Then I'll just try to give you, there is an image which I'm going to open. Just observe this. Okay, can you see this? There's many flavors of Linux operating systems you're going to find. So this is Debian flavor. As you come down, you are going to see something about Red Hat also. Can you see this? Right? So Red Hat Linux has so many flavors. Can you see this? So like this, you're going to find these many flavors of Linux operating systems you're going to find on internet. But as you're going to find these many flavors, now you will have a question. I mean, when we find these many flavors of Linux operating system, most of all, 80 to 90% of operating systems are open source, right? Red Hat Linux is not open source, it's a commercial operating system. But what Red Hat will do, it will try to download, and it will allow you to download and a trial copy. And I mean, it is a 60 days trial copy. After this trial also 60 days also it will work, but only thing is it doesn't allow you to get updates. That is only one difference, right? So this is what exactly. So as we have so many flavors of Linux operating system, but the entire industry is back of 10 to 15 flavors only. You're getting it 10 to 15 flavors back. Only people are using only this 10 to 15 flavors of operating systems. Only people are using it. So you'll ask me why, what is the reason? What made these people to use only this 10 to 15 flavors? Why not? There are nearly thousands of Linux flavors are available on internet. Why they are not using that? So the reason here is, see, I will ask you one question here. You want to buy a phone. There are nearly hundreds of companies available, but still you will buy only Samsung, or you will buy only Apple iPhone, or you will buy something called Vivo or something else. Why? Because it has a good rating, it has a good review, it has a good technical support. Yes or no? It has been manufactured as per the industrial standards. You're getting it. Even you might be getting a phone, a China phone or some other phone which is less cost to compare with Samsung or another company, but we never buy it. Why? Because we don't know how it is going to work. We don't know what problems you are going to face with that particular phone. And if you are getting some problem, you might not have a proper servicing center near to you. That is very difficult. So that is the reason when it comes to Linux, also the people who are using Linux, the companies who are using Linux, they always use the Linux flavor which has a support, which has a support with the company which provides your support. Only that company people are going to use. Is this clear? Or any doubts here? Right? So this is all about how it is going to work. This is all about how it is going to work. So if you have any questions here, you can ask me. So you might also have a doubt. What is the doubt? Is really that Red Hat Enterprise Linux has such a big technical team? They are going to provide a support for all the issues. Yes, 100%. Red Hat Enterprise Linux has a very big technical team to support whatever the issue that you're going to face on your environment. Is this clear? Okay, so this is very, very important thing, right? So this is a small introduction. This is a small history about how the Linux came into an existing, and this is a small history about Linux is an open source, and who introduced Linux, and how many flavors of Linux we have. This is all we have discussed. If you have any doubts and questions here, let me know. Right? So this is a small introduction here. Yes, please try to close your video. Mr.
Good evening,
Anup.
sir.
Yeah, good evening. Tell me.
Sir, this is Haricharan.
Haricharan, tell me,
Yeah,
Haricharan.
morning we talked about
Yes,
contact.
yes, tell me.
Mr. Anup only introduced me, sir. He told me
Okay.
to attend this, and
Mm-hmm.
I, I have completed my MSc in computer networking, sir, in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, can I get a job by doing this course right now? Why? Because I don't have any experience in IT industry. I worked in Navodaya schools.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Almost 8 years worked in Navodaya school as a
Mm.
faculty cum system administrator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can I get a job now? Why? Because I'm trying other jobs, but they are saying that you don't have any IT industry experience, corporate
Mm-hmm.
experience, so we
Mm.
can't take you like that. They're treating me as a fresher. If they are treating me as a fresher, then also okay, but they are not giving any job.
See, after learning this Linux, you have to apply for a jobs, right?
Okay. Mm.
But see here, it is, you can get a job on Linux also. But you are saying that you have passed out somewhere 2011,
Yeah.
right? Okay, fine. Leave it about 2011 to 2023, almost 11 years, assume that.
Yes.
Okay. No, you're not going to put all these 11 years as experience, right? Okay.
Okay.
So
What I'm
going to
telling.
put other 4 years or 5 years of experience in Linux, right?
But I
But
don't have that much experience now, sir.
no, that's what I am telling you. See, you can't go as a fresher now.
Okay.
Who can go as a fresher who have passed out just 2022, 2021 or 2023? They can go as a fresher,
Okay.
right? Because you have such a long gap here. So you can't get into this technology as a fresher. So you will say that I don't have that knowledge, right? No, nothing to worry. See, this Linux training, whatever you're going to learn, you can fulfill up to 2 to 3 years of experience. You can fill even 4 years also. You can fulfill. You're getting my point,
Yes, yes.
right? So this is what exactly, right? So now what we are going to do is very simple here. You have to do only one thing. You have to learn this Linux, and apart from Linux, you need to update some other technologies also. Okay,
That's what I'm asking.
that's what. That's what.
Is
That's
there
what I'm
any
telling.
other techniques I need to learn?
Yes, after learning this Linux, you try to learn AWS. You try to learn DevOps.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to don't keep a short goal. Okay, you have to plan for a long goal, like 6 months. You keep a 6 months duration, and then work on it. Then
Okay.
start working on it. So, and you don't put all the technologies in one single month. Morning one course, evening one course, afternoon one course. That doesn't work. Okay, because you're totally new to this technology, right?
Right,
Yes or
right.
no? So you need to take slowly. You need to get into a technology. You're getting my point. Okay. You should understand the technology. You should first of all remove the fear regarding the technology. Getting my point? So this is one important thing that you need to do. This is one important thing that you need to do. Okay. So first learn Linux. Then after learning Linux, you'll get little confident. Then learn. Try the jobs on Linux. Parallelly, you learn other technologies like it might be DevOps, it might be a cloud, it might be Kubernetes, it might be any other technology. Okay. And I will tell you one thing, you should not get discouraged because you're not getting calls. You should always think in order to get a call, how you should prepare a profile. Okay, everything you need to prepare. You have to prepare profile, you should prepare for interview, you should prepare on technology, you should improve your communication skill, technical skills, so many things you need to work. You're getting my point.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
because there are many people, I'm telling you, you have only 10, 50, I mean, still you have a 11 years gap, but still you have little, touch with the computers. Yes or no?
Yes,
Right?
I'm having. Yes.
Yeah, there are many students. I have trained many students who don't have touch with the computers also. They
Uh,
are from electrical background, they are from chemical background, they are from some other civil engineering background. They came into our computers. They,
I am good in hardware and networking, and
yeah,
right now I am working in a private company. It's called RDP Technologies, and
mhm.
as a support engineer. But
No problem.
I'm not confident that I can work for not more than 1 month also.
No, there's
Already
nothing
1 month
like
I
that.
come. Why? Because there so many calls I need to attend. Almost 6 hours I have to talk there. So I don't
Okay,
want to work in that company. So I want to change my
that's what. So
uh,
don't make
that
decisions
is
very
okay.
fastly.
Work and environment, that is okay. Everything is okay with them. But there is work with talking. I have to talk with the customers
I
at least
understood. I understood
six
that you.
hours per day.
Mm.
Mm.
So you need to slowly make changes in your career. Okay. First, you need to start with some technology, then you need to go with the things. Getting it?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is what exactly. Now, okay, fine. So, any other questions from the rest of the people like Krishna, Sharma, Shashi? I don't know this V. I don't know what is his name. He just kept V. Can you just mention your name there? Yes. So this is basically how it's going to be. So this is a small introduction here, and let me give you some more information about the course content also. So maybe uh, you might looked into my website. Okay, let me do one thing. This is my website here. It is at technologies.net is my website. This is my training company and a consulting company, you can say. So what happened? Yeah. So this is my website here. Now you can just go on to the course. Why it is taking this much time to load? Okay. Yeah. It has got loaded. Maybe the internet speed is not good. So you can just see here, you can go with the Red Hat Linux 9.0. Just click on this and you can see the course content. This much slow speed test. Okay, internet speed is good. Yeah. So see here, I'm just going to take you. I'm going to put this link on the chat also. Just be people, you can just click on this link and you can go through the course content here. Please have a look into this content. So see here, now you can just see, like as we discussed, we are going to go with the Linux basics, where we are going to discuss about introduction to Linux, what is shell, what is kernel, introduction to file system, directory structure. And we are going to discuss how we are going to get a help from the Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And we are going to see how do we create a file, directories, and we will discuss about copy, move, and remove commands and CD commands. And working with ls command and general commands to list the system information. And we have something called FAP. FAP stands for file access permission. You're going to learn here how do we change the permission, how do we change the ownership, how do we change the groupship. And we have something called VI and Vim. And then we are going to discuss about links like soft link and hard link and wildcard characters, the basic filters. We are going to discuss about find and grab and the basics of shell script and introduction to the hardware. This is all comes under the Linux basics here. Then as we get into a system administration, here we are going to discuss about hardware technical limitations of Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And we are going to see how to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux on your machine. And then we will go with the device management, where you're going to see how to identify a device, how do we list the devices information. Then we go with the partitioning, disk partitionings we'll discuss. And then we will go with the XFS file system. XFS stands for scalable file system. Like Windows has NTFS and FAT, right? Like this, we have an XFS file system. And understanding the difference between types of users and groups. And then we are going to discuss about advanced level security. Then we are going to discuss about the boot process. Then we go with administrating the system services using system D. Then we go with something called software management, where we discuss about how do we create a yum repository and installing packages using yum repository we are going to discuss. Then we go with analyzing system logs. How do the logs get stored and how do we read the logs? And then we discuss something about SC Linux is one security feature. Even firewall D is also one security feature. Then we go for introduction to the network, where we will discuss. So that means we are going to start networking concepts from here. So as we get into a network concept, we will discuss about what is hub, switch, router, topologies, all these things we will discuss, and we will see how do we configure a network interface with IP address and host name and all these things. Then we will discuss about SSH. Then we will discuss about IP version 6. Then we talk about configuring the NIC teaming. Then we go for DNS. Then we go for NFS. Then we go for Samba, NTP, HTTP, and Squid proxy and job automations. Then after this, we will go with the backup and recovery. Then we will go for storage concepts like LVM. Okay, and we also have some new concepts that was introduced in Red Hat 8 that is called Stratis, and we have something called video. So video stands for virtual data optimization, it is called. So basically this for doing this video, I mean, video is almost used by WhatsApp, Facebook, all these things. Why? Because you're going to forward the shares, right? Whatever you got, some image, you video, you're going to share it. So, it is going to use a video that is called virtual data optimization, and a deduplication of data concept is going to work. So this is how exactly we are going to go with. Okay, so this entire course is around 45 to 50 hours training here. 45 to 50 hours training it is, and every day if you are doing 1 hour, it goes up to 2 months. If you are doing 1.5 hours, then we might wind up this training within something called 45 days. Okay, so this is what exactly it is going to work. Is this clear or any questions here?
Balchandra sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, this is Anup sir.
Anup, tell me, Anup.
Sir, I actually ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ నేను రెడ్ హాట్ సర్టిఫైడ్ ఉన్నా నేను ఆల్రెడీ 10 years బ్యాక్. సిక్స్త్ లో
Okay.
సిక్స్త్ వర్షన్ లో. తర్వాత ఈ సర్టిఫికేషన్ వర్కౌట్ అవుతుందా లేదా కొత్త చేసుకోవాలా?
Actually, Red Hat 6 means you have certified somewhere before 2013, huh?
13.
2013.
Two papers.
Two papers. Okay, okay.
And
Fine.
I have genuine experience 2 years. AT&T.
Okay, fine.
It's a third party.
No problem. So you have to, there is no upgradation certification here. Then again, you need to write Rhcsa only with Red Hat 8 or Red Hat 9.
Yeah.
Okay, there is no upgradation because any certification that you're going to write, it is valid up to 3 to 5 years only.
Sir, what is the cost, sir?
The cost of the certification, if you want to go for the voucher cost, will be around 16,500 plus GST. It comes around 19,000 change, approximately 20,000, assume that. And the voucher that you're going to buy, it is going to have a validity of 1 year. You can buy today and you can write the exam by next year, this date, right?
Yeah.
But always, I do not recommend you to buy the voucher now. When you are all set, all prepared, then only buy the voucher.
Okay.
Okay, that is the best thing. Why? Because you will be getting a lot of offers. See, previously the last year, like December, there was an offer. If you buy an voucher, if second attempt also free.
Yeah.
Okay, in case suddenly something goes wrong with the first attempt. Okay, you will get
I passed the second time only, sir.
That's what. So this is what happens here. So whenever you have a very good offers, then I will recommend you to buy the voucher. Okay. So this is what you need to do.
You have any Hyderabad institute or only you're training only online?
Right now we are doing only online. If you want voucher, let me know. I am having a tie-ups with some partners. I can get you from there. Okay. Getting it. Now we are just providing, I'm just providing only online trainings only. Okay. So find this. This is what exactly.
And I have so much gap, 10 years gap almost.
That's what I just now I addressed the Haricharan also.
Haricharan
See
is my
this
friend.
one.
Sir, Haricharan is also my friend.
Yes, that's what. Only one technology is not going to fulfill all your gap. You have to upgrade some other technologies also, which has to fill your gap. Okay. See, if I say that I am working in one single technology from last 5 years, means no one, because many people they update. Okay, they update the technology even for package, even for good pay. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? If you are working for 5 years in Linux, what will be your pay scale? It might be somewhere 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you are upgrading into some new technologies like cloud, DevOps, and other things, you can expect a package of 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs.
Yes.
So no one stops at 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs. They want more pay. So that's the reason you need to keep on upskill yourself. Okay, these are very, very important thing. So any other questions you can ask me. Krishna, you have any questions? I don't know, like whether you're following the things. Preetham.
Yes, sir. No questions.
No questions. Okay. Preetham, like what about yourself?
No, sir. No question.
No question. And what about Sharma and Shashi? If you have any questions.
No questions.
Question, no questions. So basically, this is, basically today's demo here, and I just want to give you some information here. So we are going to start this training from tomorrow. Okay. So, and one more thing here is as we start from tomorrow, I just want to give you information about the fee also. Basically, this entire training, the cost of the training is 15K. But okay, so 15K is the fees, and there might be a small negotiation on 15K. Okay, and the benefit of taking training from me is one thing is that you will get the recordings. First thing, you will get a soft copy of documentation. I'll be providing you a sample resumes, and at the same time, I'm also going to uh, at the end of the training, I will give you some tips to prepare for the interviews. Okay, all these things I'm going to give you. Okay, and this is what exactly we are going to get it. Getting it? So this is all about. So recordings is especially for your future reference purpose only, and this is what exactly. Okay. So we are starting from tomorrow. If you have any questions or any doubts, if you're not able to ask in this meeting, you can call me, you can message me, okay? And you can ask me, right? Fine. So I hope everyone are okay with the things. So we are going to meet tomorrow same time. Yes, tell me, you're asking something.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Do we get support from you till we get job, or till the end of this
Support
course?
in a sense, you're talking about job support, or what kind of support you're looking?
Job support and doubt clarification.
Doubt clarification, there is no problem. You can call me or you can message me, or we can, if I'm not able to address you somewhere in weekdays, we can talk in weekends. There's nothing to worry.
Sir,
And
sir,
tell me,
జాబ్ సపోర్ట్ ఏమైనా ఇస్తారా సార్ జాబ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత?
job వచ్చిన తర్వాత, like, yes, job support also I'll provide you. That's not a problem. Okay, job assistance also we will give you. Assistance is nothing but I'll be getting some call saying that we have opening and so company. We have a 4 position, 5 position. I'll be forwarding that information to you. You can apply it and you can just get a job, right? So, but that is a very rare thing happens, because sometimes in a month I'll get 4, 5 messages from different companies, or in another month I'll not get message only. So if I get some calls and messages saying that they have some requirement for Linux, definitely I'm going to forward to you. Whoever they have a requirement, I'm going to forward to them. Is this clear? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what job support, if you want, we will provide. That's not a problem. But later, because you need to complete the training, you need to work on it. Okay. And you need to update your profile and then attend interviews. Okay. So like this, you need to preparation also. I will tell you how to prepare for interviews also. I will take half of a 45 minutes to 1 hour session for that also. Okay.
Sir.
So fine. So that's it for the today's session, today's demo. And tomorrow we are going to meet same time here. And please, if you have any questions and doubts, let me know, and we will discuss on it. Right?
Sir, one last question, sir.
Tell me.
Before